Hey guys, Brian Schroeder here with Buyers Club. I'm with some of our most awesome people on our vendor team. This is Ryan, Micah, and Melodie Smith with the Lindenwood Agency. They focus on commercial insurance for real estate investors and for other people too, but we're going to focus on real estate investors today. So can you, Melodie, can you just kind of share a little bit about what do you guys do? What are your primary source of lines or business do you do for the real estate investors in our group?
For the real estate investors, what we're going to do is try to ascertain exactly what kind of coverage they need. Are they going to be working on a property for 30 days or 6 months? And what kind of policy works best for them?
Perfect. So I'm going to break down our typical customers in here. So a lot of flippers in this group. So Ryan, what do you guys do for the flipper in the group? As far and kind of what do you see a lot of people doing there where they're making a mistake?
So when people are new to this, they think that they can just call their State Farm agent and get a dwelling fire policy or even a homeowner's policy we've come across. And that's a big no-no when you're rehabbing a vacant property because 99% of the time these are vacant properties and those policies don't cover those type of materials. So the number one loss with flippers and builder's risk is theft.
Yeah.
So those policies cover all the materials once they're installed into the home. Well, as you know, you can have materials laying around for weeks.
Right.
And if it's stolen on those policies, you're out of luck. But if you have a proper builder's risk policy, you'll be covered for that.
All right. So Ryan, so that's awesome. So that policy you're talking about, is that basically a builder's risk policy or what do you call that?
Yes, sir. It's a builder's risk policy.
So the flippers in the group, they should call you and get a builder's risk policy rather than calling their Allstate or Shelter or whatever agent, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So that's our flippers. Now you guys do work for landlords too.
We do.
Is that right?
We do.
Especially the bigger landlords. Is that fair to say?
Right.
So maybe four or five families and bigger?
5 families or larger.
Or commercial buildings? Like you guys got the insurance on this building.
Yes.
We do.
Yes. We can write the apartment complexes. We can, it could be 8 families. It could be 80 families. We have markets for all of it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And then there's also a lot of vendors or people that work on their own properties in this group. So maybe can you talk a little bit through general liability or workers' comp and where that plays into, investors in this group?
So for general liability, those are for the people that are they're coming and doing the work themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because they're primarily accepting all the risk. Now, if they're a general contractor and they're hiring subcontractors, as long as the subcontractor has their own coverage, there's nothing to worry about. They're just kind of like driving the ship, making sure everything happens.
Yeah.
But so workman's compensation is also extremely important. Somebody walks in, breaks a hand, saws off their thumb. Yeah. Unless they have the coverage, they're assuming all the responsibility.
Yeah.
Because they hired them.
Right.
Right.
So bottom line is, you guys do, you can do a lot of different things. Like you said in the beginning, you listen to the customer, the real estate investor, what are their needs, and you can help them in a lot of different ways. So, Lindenwood Agency, Ryan and Melodie, you guys got anything to add to what we said, or we kind of pretty much cover it?
I think we covered most of it. If anyone has any questions, they can always feel free to reach out. Quotes are free. We can consult with you and figure out what fits you best.
Quotes are free. That's good. And that makes sense, but it's good to know.
Sure.
So just reach out and check into it.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having us.